What is up, guys? Chew here. I'm bringing you another haul video. It's been a good little minute since I've done one. I would have my wife here, but she's working, and I bet she'd be a little embarrassed, maybe a little too, I guess, geeked out to even talk about this. I don't know why I say that, but I think she'd be a little nervous. Talking about the Knoxville FanBoy Expo, it happened a couple of weeks ago at this point when I'm making this video. We're about to go to our next convention, excuse me, or hopefully this video will come out before the convention that we're going, which will be in July 25th. Well, starts Thursday, 24th to Sunday of that weekend. So I won't be able to make it up Thursday because I've work and just didn't get to make it. So I'll be going there from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Galaxy SuperCon. So I'm excited for that. It's gonna be another video, and I hate that I've waited so long to make this one, but you know it is what it is. So, talking about going to Knoxville, let's do that first. I've never been to Knoxville. I've been to Tennessee a couple of times, and the last time that I went, it's been a good little minute since I was, I think last year or something like that. So it was a decent, trip. I will say it wasn't as necessarily what I thought it would be. So I was a bit disheartened with what Tennessee was, and people were rude. I'll give them that. People were very rude where I was going. I guess because of my ethnicity. I don't know. But I found that Knoxville was definitely a different kind of place. It's certainly not what I thought it would ever be. It's very nice, very clean, very or at least where I was in downtown Knoxville. Seemed very, really nice, a lot of water, which was cool. I like that. Since I've been back from Greece, I've been wanting to get back on like a boat or something, because I just love being on the water now. So it was really fun, it was enjoyable, and I loved it, I really did. And I should be uploading my one of my food reviews that I did there. I tried Crystal, because there's none in North Carolina except for one, and that's actually about the same distance that it would have been from where, about 4 hours from where I'm at. So it's crazy, how where, like, they are. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of nuts. But I did enjoy the convention itself. We were only there for a day, and I think that was enough that we needed. And I enjoyed it. We both did. And I will talk about a little bit of her experience, because I love seeing her excited, and I'll get to that in a second, but I want to get mine first out of the way. We met a few people. One of them I honestly wasn't expecting meeting was Colin Canterwell, I believe his name was. He designed, now this is big stuff here. He designed the Death Star, the X-Wings, the TIE Fighters. This dude designed them for Episode 4. This dude has been there since the beginning, guys. That's saying something. I was so in shock to find out this dude did it, and I had to look him up, and sure enough, he was. When he was a young man, he was an interesting dude. I personally asked him. I was like, what made you want to design this? And of course, he's an older guy, and he says, I had about 7 and 8 days to make a design, and on his seventh night, it hit me, and the rest is history. And I was like, okay, inspiration strikes at random times. So I was very pleased to have met him. He will be in Fayetteville later this year, so I do want to meet him again. Properly try to, get something signed. I didn't though. And I regret it, because this dude's old, and if he does make it to Fayetteville, I will certainly make it where I can actually get something signed from this man, because that's super cool. But going on with the Star Wars theme, I met none other than Dennis Lawson, aka Wedge Antilles. Now, this guy's a big deal, not as much as like I would have thought in the movies, but he matters more in like his upbringing in Rebels. If you guys watch Star Wars Rebels or haven't, I suggest you guys do. If you're a fan of Star Wars, that is, definitely give this a shot. This guy, I think, I loved his accent. He wasn't as personable. And the reason why I wanted to meet him was because he is the uncle of Ewan McGregor, aka Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I don't take that very lightly. This dude was cool, though. It was a short meeting. It was very nice, very personable. Well, I don't say that. Very nice and very formal. That's the word I'm looking for. So it was cool. I like that. I enjoyed how short it was, and I didn't want it to be overdone. You know, he wasn't necessarily the front page guy. You know, and of course I have to continue on with Star Wars because Star Wars is a major thing I'm into right now, and that is with Rebels once again, and that is Zeb, the voice Steve Bloom. Now I'm also a big fan of him. It's the Tom and Toonami. I love that. I grew up with that. All the Adult Swim commercials are like said in his voice. It's a great voice. He was definitely personal. I really enjoyed getting to meet him. I thought that was awesome. I was a bit starstruck, and I had that chance to meet him last year in Raleigh, but his line was insane, guys. And when I went up there, there was only one person in front of me. I thought that was super cool, you know, and I told him, because I'm also a big fan of Code Geass, it's an anime, and he voiced Toto, a great character. He voiced one other guy in Gurren Lagann, I can't remember his name, I wish I'd remember, and he played like a gay dude, but it was so good. His voice was so great, the character was great. I don't remember what his name was, I hate that. And he's played tons of other characters, and I really enjoy. He did a lot with Zeb, you know, in Star Wars Rebels. He also did a lot of the voices in Rebels himself. It was kind of like Willie D. Baker, you know, for Rebels. You know, he was doing all the voice for the clones in the Clone Wars, and he was doing a lot of the voices in Rebels. So I thought that was kind of cool. I enjoyed that. Zeb is a great character, and unfortunately, I couldn't find a Toto figurine or a Funko, obviously. But this was his next best thing, and I thought that was really cool. But that cuts on for my stuff. Now for hers, we met the voice of Eric from The Little Mermaid. Now I thought, wow, this dude was kind of cool. I personally know him as the voice of Spider-Man, and I may get to meet him in Raleigh. I wanted her to meet her because he was someone that she grew up listening to, and I got there's a reason why we got the double pack. But this isn't signed yet because in the following convention we will meet her. She was there at Knoxville FanBoy, but we couldn't get to meet her because her line was ridiculously long as well. So we figured, well, we have more of a chance to meet her here back home. So we'll definitely, get to meet her and have her sign this side. And that would be really cool because he's also going to be there, and I hope to get something signed from him because he's a really cool dude. I love his voice acting for Spider-Man. One thing that my wife did tell me is that he isn't necessarily so much in voice acting so much. He's in other stuff. He's, I believe, a designer or something like that. So that's really cool. And he does these conventions for the fans, and he enjoys doing this. And I thought that was really, really cool. So, neato for that. And, of course, she's a horror fan. I am not. She actually made, I believe his name was Nick Foster or something like that, the original Michael Myers. She actually had to get this. This is one of the prints that she got at the convention, which I thought was kind of cool. I'm not a fan of this kind of stuff. Horror isn't my thing, guys. I don't do it. But she met the original Michael Myers. She even asked him, what did you think of the? Let's see if his name's on here. I don't see it. Anyway, they asked him, what did you think of the movies? And he said that it was done very well. So if you're a fan of Halloween and Michael Myers and all that other stuff, this man gave the stamp of approval. So that's really cool. Honestly, I thought that was kind of cool, but eh. Now for the main part here, and this is going to take a little bit, and I hope you guys can understand here, but the main piece here, and that is who we really went to go see, and this is her and mine. This guy right here, Carrie Ellis. Now, Let me move this here and put him right. Yeah. This guy he had a long line. Probably, we waited in that line for 2 hours. And this dude was great. I'm trying to channel in my wife's, like, complete shock into me right now. It sounds really weird, but she was super excited. She was super happy to have met this guy. Like, this is her childhood to her. He was originally going to be at Raleigh this following convention. You see, FanBoy and Raleigh had a lot of people kind of interconnected, and I'll talk about them again possibly in the Raleigh Hall video that I do. But this guy was definitely funny. He was great. He was personable. Just a great old dude, man. As a guy, you know, I had nothing but respect for this guy. He caressed my wife's face in front of me, which is really weird. But he's like, "You're an angel. You're all that." And my wife was like that, having a moment, and I'm just here like a bit uncomfortable. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, I really like you, because during our wedding, we played the theme song for the Princess Bride while she was walking towards me, walking, you know what I'm talking about. And I didn't cry. She'll give me crap about that. I didn't cry, but I choked up, and I've never choked up like that before. And I wish you'd understand that. But his role is such a big part of our lives, and for her to have met him was a big accomplishment in her life. She wanted to meet this man. I did too. I have nothing but respect for him. This guy went above and beyond. During that day, my wife was wearing a "As You Wish" necklace. Now, for those that don't know, "As You Wish" is a phrase that he says in the movie over and over again, in the very beginning, actually. And he actually signed it. He was very impressed. This was made by her grandmother. If you want to guys take a look at that. Yeah, her grandmother made this little necklace, and he made a comment saying, this is very beautiful. Tell your grandmother she is very talented, and she loved that. She actually went and told her grandmother. Her grandmother was very happy about that. Not that she was necessarily a fan, but to have your work, be complimented like that means a lot. And if those haven't watched The Princess Bride, please do. It's a great movie. It's not just a random chick flick, guys. It's really great. I'm not necessarily the manliest of men, but I'm certainly not the, I don't know, most weirdos or whatever, like the softies. But he also signed her shirt. There's his little thing. His character was the Man in Black. So she's not washing this shirt, and I understand, because I have a shirt of my own where it was a Power Ranger shirt, and Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, actually signed mine. I haven't washed it since then. Not because I'm a freak or anything. I just don't want it to, get dirty or go away. And so we'll probably frame those shirts, That's because of sentimental value. But overall, she had the best time, and that's something that I have enjoyed. And, going a little personal here, I started to dislike going to conventions, and I know that sounds kind of dumb, but because we've been doing it for a long time, but I think the reason why was because I didn't see her enjoying them as much as I was. And so seeing her enjoy it, and like seeing her have moments like this really has rekindled my love for conventions. And now I still continue to seek out doing conventions, and I enjoy seeing her, like this, happy. And for those that do go to conventions, I hope you guys